Meet Yvette Campbell, President and CEO of the Harlem School of the Arts, an institution providing education in music, dance, theater, and visual arts for the past 47 years. Fairly new to her leadership position at HSA, Campbell has already witnessed much success, having raised over $1 million in 100 days for the school. Campbell's natural love of the arts is evident as she passionately works to make HSA one of the premier School of the Arts in the Harlem community and beyond. An amazing visionary, talented, and confident leader, Campbell shares with us her innovative ideas and dreams to take the Harlem School of the Arts to the next level. Find out why she's the boss. So before we can know what it's like to spend a day on your shoes, first we want to know what shoes we're getting into. Shoe game check. Tell me about these shoes that you're wearing and why you like them.
These are Tod's, and they are quite comfortable, elegant, and neutral in color. So I love the shoes that work with my life. I can run around and still be fashionable.
Having attended the prestigious UC Berkeley, where your passion for dance developed and grew, what was it about this art form that drew you to it initially?
I took my first dance class in college, and so I was drawn in, and they said, you cannot take one class a week, you must take every day. Yeah, so that's what happens when you major in dance, and I was really drawn into it. It wasn't a struggle, so I committed fully to taking dance every day, and it became my life.
You moved on to dance with Alvin Ailey.
Yeah.
How difficult was it for you to make that transition as a student dancing in California to a professional dancing here in New York City?
Yes, you take 15 to 18 classes a week. You don't, it's no longer 5 a week.
Wow.
It's now 15 to 18.
It's intensified.
And you have to work a few hours in the office. So they are building well-rounded people who can juggle dance classes, live in New York City, try to have a part-time job, and still excel at dance.
Congratulations on your relatively new role here at the Harlem School of Arts as the president and CEO.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine that is such an intense role, but put into perspective for me what it is that you do as the president and CEO.
My job is to make sure we're mission forward, make sure that we are on track for the next 50 years. So we've been around 47. Make sure the next 50 are solidly built on a foundation of our mission. And our mission is to empower young people in music, dance, theater, and visual arts. And we're the sole provider of that in the city.
Tell me, what's a typical day like for you?
Well, it starts at 6 a.m. when I wake up and I check all of my emails, and then I feed my girls breakfast. So it's a balance of mom and job. And then I come to work at approximately 10 o'clock, and usually my assistant, who has to keep my schedule because I won't end up anywhere on time or any place on time, and I get lost on the subway, which is even funnier since I've been here for 20 years. I still get lost. Is that basically I start with looking at my calendar, figuring out what meetings I have to go to. I usually have about 4 or 5 meetings a day with different staff, different department heads. My board might call me, several members of the board will call me, or I'm working on a report for a board meeting.
What are some of the things that you've learned about this school in the few months that you've been here? Anything that surprised you at all?
It surprised me how beautiful it was. That surprised me. So I walk in and I'm like, wow, there's a courtyard with a waterfall and a community space, and there's 3 dance studios, and there's music coming from everywhere. I was like, where am I? So it's like stepping into Oz, and it was a joy.
You raised over $1 million in the 100 days that you arrived here at the Harlem School of Arts.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Right.
I mean, over $1 million in 100 days.
Not-for-profits take care of the world. So when schools fail them, not-for-profits, charter schools come in. When there's no water in your village in Africa, guess what? There's a foundation for that. So foundations are the caretakers of the world. And so I really think that people, once they find a cause, they believe in it, and they will give you their last dollar, which is pretty incredible.
How are you able to balance it all, being a CEO, president, mother, wife?
The beginning of the job, it was very difficult. It was just me as I was building my team. But now, you asked me what I learned earlier, but I've now learned to delegate. And also not micromanage, but just watch the process and make sure it's going in the right direction.
Now, have you yourself completely retired your dance shoes? Do you, pull them out occasionally?
About 3 years ago, I did come out of retirement and performed on stage. But my husband says I'm the Michael Jordan of dance. So I'm trying not to come out of retirement again.
Finally, what are your hopes and dreams for the future of the Harlem School of Arts?
Wow. My hope is that there is not one person in New York that doesn't know this place exists. And there is not one person that doesn't want to send their child here, period, full stop. I believe that the arts is a blessing, and I want to give it to everyone that we possibly can.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today and telling us all about the Harlem School of Arts.
You are very welcome.
I can't wait to see its future. And thank you for watching this edition of She's the Boss. You can watch other episodes at madamenoir.com. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Madame Noir and like us on Facebook.